Hi, and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham. I'm at Diggers and Dealers and I'm with Rox Resources Managing Director Ian Mulholland. Now Ian, obviously the company's mantra over the years has been acquire, explore and develop. Now you've lived up to that mantra.
Yeah.
And where are you at the moment?
Okay, so we believe that that's the way to develop a company. You've got to acquire some prospects to start with and then obviously explore them and develop them. So where we're currently at is we've acquired the Mount Fisher project about 7 years ago. We explored that for gold for a couple of years. We defined a resource of about 90,000 ounces. But then we found nickel, and so the nickel sort of took off. We found that project at Fisher East about the same time as Sirius found Nova. So there was a lot of market interest, and so we did a lot of drilling. We've proven up 50,000 tonnes of nickel in resources there at 2.5%, so it's quite high grade. And now we're getting into that sort of development sort of stage with that particular project where we're saying, okay, what can we do with this now? How can we mine it? How can we turn this into money for shareholders? And then, the gold part of the scenario. Now we got to the explore stage, we never quite got to the development stage. So now we've been exploring options for it, and we think the best option is to spin that out into a new vehicle called Helios Gold, and that will create more value, we think, in its own vehicle, and we think that the nickel project only in Rox will create value as well.
And the Helios Gold, we'll sort of have a bit of a chat about that because you just announced today the board. The board, yes. Yeah, and so you've got some big hitters coming on. Yeah, so we're very pleased that we've got Ian Murray, current CEO and MD of Gold Road, has agreed to be non-executive chairman. So he's had a very successful track record in developing Gold Road from an explorer to an almost producer now with quite a great JV deal. Rob Longley has joined us as managing director, and his background is gold in WA, and then more significantly he was with Sundance Resources developing that iron ore project in Cameroon. And myself will be a non-executive director on the board representing Rox's interest, because we'll be vending some of our projects into Helios, and so Rox will have a shareholding in Helios going forward. So then you've got your own nickel projects, of course, and then you have that nice little touch of the gold as well over there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And the gold can have its own team, its own funding and its own focus, which means we can focus on our nickel assets. Yeah, and it's good too, because it also means it doesn't get neglected. That's right, and sometimes, you sit down and you say, well, are we going to spend money on gold exploration or are we going to spend money on nickel exploration? And if you do half and half, then you're probably only doing half the job you should be doing. Yeah. So now allowing us to focus on one thing and another, we think is a better way going forward. And also, with such a healthy bank balance as you've got, and it's good that you're able to concentrate those funds on the projects that that you really want to advance. Yeah, that's right. I mean, $10 million in the bank, another $4 million in receivables roughly. We can really advance one project or another, but probably not both. So that was behind the reasoning as well. All right, great. So we're expecting news from here, we're expecting news from there. There's going to be news from everywhere. Yeah, so we're hoping that the gold spin out will get done in the next couple of months, and then that will have a life of its own. We're sitting down and plotting up plans to advance the nickel projects, not only Mount Fisher but also Kalgoorlie, which again was one that we acquired for a relatively cheap price, and we're sort of just in the exploration stage, but we hope that can be part of the development scenario with Fisher East nickel as well. Oh well, we'll look forward to hearing it all. Thank you. And we also look forward to bringing it to you on the Resources Roadhouse. Thanks, Ian. Cheers.